my name is Leo. Welcome to a new day of Vesper.5. We're fast traveling again, and we're gonna move up. We're gonna move into the fork in the road. Whatever. I can't speak. Anyway, by the way, I should totally before I forget again. This week we've got well, you did talk about last week, right? I did on Saturday. This week we've got some Hugo's House of Horrors. You can check all that out all this week. More Hugo's, because sure. There was a guy I was talking about on Initial Soul too. So maybe we'll have some more of that maybe next week. I don't know. Can't guarantee that, but might get some more videos in next week. Also, just in case in case you didn't watch Saturday, last week we had the end of Grand Zeroes. All the Grand Zeroes is finished now, and Friday capped it off with an extra Card Hunter video. Saturday was Diablo 2, episode 14, which means that this week will be episode 15, which is the last one. Whether that means it's the last one and we're all dead and we all died a horrible death, well, it's probably true. Or maybe we just ran out, like Final Fantasy. What game did that happen in? Final Fantasy X-2. Final Fantasy X-2, yeah, that's it. You just have to watch the video to find out. But we are getting to the end. I will spoil a little bit of the video and say that we fight. What's that? The boss's name of Act 1, Andariel. And yeah. So find out whether or not we succeeded in killing Andariel and move on to Act 2, or we died at the hands of Andariel very bad. More specifically, what obviously would happen is one of us died, and then you know, I can't do everything by myself. God. So check that video out. Anyway, moving on. So, Vesper.5? No, I don't really need to talk about Vesper.5. You know, it's pretty obvious what's going on here. But I do want to have a rant. Actually, before I get into a rant, there's one other thing I wanted to mention, which is Evangelion. I've been playing the Evangelion Raise Ayanami with Oscar thing, which is this weird, like, raising game. But it's, like, dated, so it starts at, well, the Ray one does anyway. It starts on the something of April, which is like when the school year starts in Japan, which is weird for me. But anyway, you know, I mean, in America too, you know, you have a big summer vacation. In Australia, our summer is December, so we have a big summer vacation in December and Christmas. Anyway, whatever. Moving on. And I was tossing up the idea, after all, next year will be 2015, the year of Evangelion. We might play some Evangelion games, because I've been collecting a few of them, and I haven't played most of them. And we could even do the Raise Ayanami thing, even Raise Oscar as well, if I unlock it. Although hers thing starts a little bit later, so it'll just be Raise Ayanami for a little bit. But unlike Arena, which is like I'm doing one a day, Raise Ayanami you can only save like once a week on Sunday. So maybe we'll, you know, on a Sunday, or maybe Monday, because I gotta record it. Well, no, Sunday will be fine. You could record it in the morning and upload it, or you could just record it on Saturday. It's true. And maybe like once a week do you know, do a week's worth of that game alongside, you know, any other games that we're doing, which, you know, we do a lot of games, so yeah, I know, that's just an idea. And until April, maybe we could, you know, do some other games. I've got a whole bunch of Evangelion themed games here. I really want to get that Girlfriend of Steel 2. I know, I really want that game. Wasn't there another Evangelion game you want? Yeah, it's called like Main Tie something. But I don't really know what it's about, and I've never seen it, so I don't know if I'll ever be able to find that one. Was there any other games? No. I've got... Well, the only game that I don't have, because I don't have a Nintendo 64, is Evangelion 64, arguably the best Evangelion game ever. Because it's like a 2D fighter, but it's like... It's awesome, it's fun. I've got the Girlfriend of Steel 1 on the PS1. What else do you have? I've got Secret of Evangelion, which is, I think, a visual novel. I haven't really played it. I've got Evangelions 2, which is actually a bit more of a... It's kind of like a dating sim slash raising sim slash visual novel. There's... yeah. But there's a lot of interesting stories in there, though I've barely touched it. It's all in Japanese, so I won't know what the fuck's going on anyway. I've got Battle Orchestra, which is a bit like a Super Robot Wars style game, but Evangelion. I've also got one of those Super Robot Wars style games that includes Evangelion characters. We could probably toss that in there as well. Are there any other games? I played that Petite Eva on the DS, but I don't have it anymore, and I have no way to record DS anyway, so it's irrelevant. That's about it, really. Yeah. We can do that. Yeah. If I could find some way to get my hands on a N64, even if it's like borrowing it for like a weekend. You never know, I might be able to find someone who has one. But then you need the game. Oh, there's ways. In a world of used games, like Japan has a really good used games market, you could find it. I mean, you've probably got an equal chance of finding that game that you do as of finding Girlfriend of Steel 2. And you found a lot of games, Evangelion related, so you might be able to find it. Yeah, don't lose hope. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking next year will be the year of Evangelion. But it'll also be the year of Phantom Pain, because I doubt Phantom Pain would have been out, well, assuming it comes out this year, won't have been out long enough for me to have completely finished it. So, and that's going to be like a video a day, no doubt. At least Monday to Friday at least. If not, Saturday, Sunday too. I might just keep doing it because I just want to play that game so much. So, I'm going to play the crap out of that game. You better believe it, son. What else? That's about it. Yeah, just Evangelion. Yeah. Wait, can you count how many games you got again? Okay, so Girlfriend of Steel, Evangelions 2, Secret of Evangelion, the Raise Iron Army. Raise Iron Army, don't count that one. Okay. Battle Orchestra. Okay, so that's 4. And then if we also include that other Super Robot Wars game, that's 5. And the Raise Iron Army thing starts in April? Yeah. So the first 3 months, we could probably plow through all those games. Well, the interesting thing is that the game, and I don't know if this is true for the actual series, but as far as the game is concerned, you start at like April, and then the game finishes late March the next year, 2016. I think that is actually true. If I remember correctly, at the end of the series, it was 2016. Really? But some of the dates of the events of the series really don't, like, strike me as being technically accurate. Like, there was never really a time when it was winter. Oh, you're an idiot. Oh, I am an idiot. There is no winter in post-Second Impact Japan. I totally forgot about that. There are no seasons. Remember they talked about it? There's no seasons? Yeah, I remember now. That's why it's always the same, like, atmosphere, even if it's, like, in the middle of, like, Christmas time. But that also doesn't make sense. Why? Because you know how there's like this, and they're not fan art. They're proper art created by Gainax of like the characters in like a snowy environment with like warm woolly clothes on. Explain that. Well, you know, you kind of everything. All right, whatever. Anyway, end of Evangelion. Year of Evangelion. That's my idea. Let me know what you think. One last point that I'll leave you with is that I did I sent a question through to a pretty popular podcast about this, but one of my I'm living in Japan now, and one of my friends has a daughter who's about 14. Oh, well, no, she's 14. She's 14, and she's a bit of an Evangelion fan. And I'm like, oh really, you like the Evangelion? Oh, that's cool. And I started talking to her about Evangelion, and after a while I was like, are you, sorry, do you know what I'm talking about? And she didn't, half the stuff I was saying, she didn't understand what I was talking about. It wasn't because I was talking in English, because, well, I was doing a bit of, mostly Japanese, bit of English for what I couldn't speak in Japanese, but that wasn't the problem. No, the problem was, she didn't know half the stuff I was talking about, because I was talking about the original series. She had never seen the original series. She was talking about the 3 new Rebuild movies. She didn't even know there was an Evangelion series. She thought it was just the movies. That made me really, really fucking depressed. That made me super depressed. Holy shit. So I asked the question to a guy on a podcast, because he's a big Evangelion fan too. How depressed does that make you feel, that there's this new generation of Evangelion fans that don't even know that there's a series, think that the new movies are it? Now, he is far more critical of the new Eva movies. I think he liked the first one. Second one was like, nah, and the third one was like, oh, this is bullshit. I'm like, the first one's awesome. Second one is cool because it's not the same. It's different. It's got some new elements, and it had some really good moments, and I liked it. And the third one was like, I didn't get what? Sorry, what? I still enjoyed it, but I was like, what? Especially since the first time I saw it in Japanese with no subtitles. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't get it. Why is Masato such a bitch? Makes no sense. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, that just makes me really depressed. Go watch the original series, you silly girl. Because I was 14 when I was a big fan of Evangelion. Which you have to be when you watch Evangelion, because all the kids are 14, that's how you relate to them. That's how you relate to the characters. You can't be a 32-year-old man and think, oh wow, Ray's cool. That's creepy. Or, well, you know, when you're a 32 man, you look at Shinji, you're like, what a bitch. When I was a 14-year-old kid, I was like, that's pretty rough, Shinji. Well, he's still a bitch, but it's pretty rough. And Ray's hot. It was alright, because I was the same age. It's not creepy. Now it's creepy, especially playing this Ray's Ayanami game, which is all about being a, like, low-ranked or mid-ranked member of NERV who is tasked to look after Ayanami Ray. Ugh. Creeps. Can't wait to do Oscar. That doesn't even make sense. Like, she could totally live by Ray could live by herself. Doesn't make any sense at all. Why am I even there? Apart from plot reasons. Yeah. So they can make a game. Really. But anyway, and the other question I posed, of course, that my main question was the Evangelion thing, but what about, you know, just movies or video game series in general? Like, I remember, my very own waifu, she's a bit different. She didn't know what Star Wars was. She'd never seen any of the Star Wars. She didn't even know, who Luke Skywalker's father was. didn't know. Like, how do you not know? People who haven't seen the movies, everyone knows this. I don't even know why I'm hiding it now. Like, it's a huge spoiler. Everyone knows who Luke Skywalker's father is. I'm like, I didn't tell her. I think I've mentioned this before. I didn't tell her who it was, and we went and watched through the first three. Not the first three movies, the three original movies. And when she found, and when it's revealed, she's like, oh wait, so he's father? Wait, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, that was the most surrealist, like seeing that like reveal being a surprise for someone is a feeling. That's the first time I've ever felt it, because when I was a little babby, I already knew who Luke Skywalker's father was before I'd seen the movie, and since then every time a new person had watched it, they knew. But take Star Wars for example. People like little kids who watched the first three movies, the new, episode 1, 2, 3. God damn it, episode 1, 2, 3 first, and thought this is Star Wars, and then watched 4, 5, 6 and went, this is not Star Wars. Oh, it's infuriating. What about game series? What about DMC Devil May Cry? Yeah, and people are like, yeah, this is or even just video games in general. Just your Call of Duty Battlefronts, Battlefield. Well, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and the Assassin's Creeds, and not, just having no respect for, like, NES, SNES, Genesis, even Atari, just old classics. It's really depressing. And I need to go shoot myself now. So when we come back, we're going to move right, head on down this passage, and hopefully find out that I've made the right decision here. Otherwise, I'm going to be fucked. But for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next time.